This is the syllabus of safety, responsibilities and rights. These are the important questions I am going to explain you now. The first question is, define the term safety and risk and relate them. Safety means state of being safe. Safe means protected from danger and harm. Safety can be defined as freedom from danger, injury or risk. Risk is the potential that something unwanted and harmful may occur. Risks are caused by delayed job completion, faulty products or systems, and economically or environmentally injurious solutions to technological problems. And the relation between safety and risk can be stated like this. A thing is safe if its risks are judged to be acceptable. It means a thing is safe for a person if the perceived risk is less. Similarly, a thing is unsafe if the perceived risk is high. Second question, brief on safe exits. It is almost impossible to build a completely safe product or one that never fails. When there is a failure of the product, safe exit should be provided. Design and procedures ensuring that if a product fails, it will fail safely and the user can safely escape the product. The three conditions that are referred as safe exit are: assure when a product fails, it will fail safely; assure that the product can be abandoned safely; assure that the user can safely escape the product. Some examples of providing safe exits are: ships need lifeboats with sufficient spaces for all passengers and crew members. Buildings need usable fire escapes. Operation of nuclear power plants calls for realistic means of evacuating nearby communities. Provisions are needed for safe disposal of dangerous materials and products. Third question is, what are the various testing approaches or strategies for safety, or list the methods that can be applied when testing is inappropriate. The first one is destructive testing. Tests are carried out to the specimen's failure in order to understand a specimen's performance or material behavior under different loads. The second is scenario analysis, here even to consequences. Then failure modes and effects analysis. This approach systematically examines the failure modes of each component without, however, focusing on relationships among the elements of a complex system. The fourth one is fault tree analysis. A system failure is proposed and then events are traced back to possible causes at the component level. And the fifth one is event tree analysis. This is reverse of fault tree analysis. This method most effectively illustrates the disciplined approach required to capture as much as possible of everything that affects proper functioning and safety of a complex system. Fourth question is, distinguish between authority and power. Authority is the legal right of a superior which compels his subordinates to perform certain acts. Power is the ability of the person to influence others to perform an act. Authority is delegated to an individual by the superior. Power is earned by an individual through his own efforts. Authority lies in the position held and the authority changes with change in position. Power rests in the individual. Even when the position has changed, his power remains with him. Authority is mostly well-defined and finite. Power is undefined and infinite. Fifth question is, define the term collective bargaining. Collective bargaining is negotiation about working conditions and terms of employment between an employer and one or more representative employees with a view to reaching agreement. This includes threatening verbally or declaration of strike, etc. Then the process has three steps. First one, presenting the character of demands by the union. The second one, negotiations at the bargaining table. And the third one is reaching the agreement. Then benefits of collective bargaining. Unions have created healthy salaries and high standard of living of employees. They give a sense of participation in company decision making. They provide an effective grievance redressal procedure for employee complaints. Then harms caused by collective bargaining. Unions are devastating the economy of a country, being a main source of inflation. Unions does not promote quality performance by making job promotion and retention based on seniority. They encourage unrest and strained relations between employees and employers. Sixth question is, what is confidentiality and why it is needed? Confidentiality and its need. Keeping information on the employer or clients as secrets, maintaining confidentiality and avoiding harmful conflict of interest are especially important aspects of teamwork and trustworthiness. The terms related to confidentiality are privileged information, proprietary information and patents. Privileged information, that is information available only on the basis of special privilege such as granted to an employee working on a special assignment. Then proprietary information, that is information that a company owns, also called trade secrets. Then patents legally protect specific products from being manufactured and sold by competitors without the express permission of the patent holder. Seventh question is brief on conflict of interest and give 2 examples. Conflict of interest are the situations where professionals have an interest that, if pursued, might keep them from meeting their obligations or duties of their employers or client, and means a person has 2 or more desires that cannot all be satisfied in the given circumstances. And conflict of interest may arise in innumerable ways. Few situations, examples are accepting gifts, bribes, kickbacks, then having large interest in competing companies and using insider information. Types of conflict of interest. Actual conflict of interest, it refers to the loss of objectivity in decision making and inability to faithfully discharge professional duties to employer. Example, purchase manager may have his personal influence offering the contract for supply of new raw materials to a vendor. Potential conflicts of interest, it may corrupt professional judgment in the future, not in the present. Example, an engineer become friend to supplier. Third one, apparent conflict of interest. These are the situations in which there is the appearance of a conflict of interest. It harms both the profession and the public. Example, design engineer who makes the design more expensive in order to earn more commission for himself. Eighth question is, what is the difference between bribe and gift? Gift, something of value given without the expectation of return. Gifts are not bribe as long as they are gratuities of smaller amount. It plays a legitimate role in the normal conduct of business. Bribe, something of value given with the hope of a future influence benefits. Bribes are illegal and immoral because they are worth of substantial amounts. It influences a judgment. Ninth question, what do you understand by the term kickbacks? Kickbacks are another form of bribing. Pre-arranged payments made by contractors to companies or their representatives in exchange for contracts actually granted or termed as kickbacks. What is professional right? Professional rights are the rights of professionals needed to meet their responsibilities. They are right of professional conscience. It is the right to do one's professional responsibilities. Then right of conscientious refusal. It is the right to refuse to engage in unethical behavior. Then the third one, right of professional recognition. It is the right to professional recognition for their work. 11th question, define IPR. The legal rights built upon the intellectual property created are known as intellectual property rights. That is IPR. IPR allows the people to independently own their innovations and creativity which are similar to legal protection of the other properties. 7 elements of IPR: patents, industrial design, trademarks, copyright, trade secrets, design of integrated circuits and geological indications. 12th question is, what is meant by whistleblowing? Whistleblowing means an employee or former employee conveys information about a significant moral problem of an organization to someone in a position to take action on the problem. External whistleblowing, the act of passing on information outside the organization. Internal whistleblowing, the act of passing on information to someone within the organization. Open whistleblowing, individuals openly revealing their identity as they convey the information. Anonymous whistleblowing, individual conveying the information conceals his or her identity. 13th question, what is meant by discrimination and reverse discrimination? Discrimination is treating people unfairly because of sex, race, color, religion, language, etc. Special or preferential treatment will be given to ladies and minorities. Reverse discrimination. Reverse discrimination is discrimination against members of a dominant or majority group in favor of members of a minority or historically disadvantaged group. Groups may be defined in terms of disability, ethnicity, family status, gender identity, nationality, race, religion, sex, and sexual orientation or other factors. Dear students, I hope you have understood all the important questions from the 4th unit.